much better. Hello, my name's Jack Davies and I'm the UKIP marketing manager. You may be asking yourself why a 22-year-old student from multicultural background in London is representing a party such as UKIP. Well, let me tell you for one, I fully support what this party stands for, and secondly, I think you undecided viewers out there often have very much misconceptions of what our party's views actually are. So, today, I'll be talking to you a bit about some of the things that have appeared in the media recently and why they're simply not true. The first thing I'd like to talk to you about is the common viewpoint of the British press that we are somewhat of a racist party. I'd like to challenge this opinion by telling you about two of our top party members. The first is Amjad Bashir, and he's a restaurateur of Pakistani lineage who is one of the 3 UK MEPs representing Yorkshire and the Humber and currently speaks for the party on small businesses. He is of Asian birth, Asian parentage, Asian Muslim, and has been selected by the so-called racist party. This proves that completely. The second person I would like to talk about is Stephen Wolfie. Stephen is a barrister from Manchester whose father was mixed race and his mother was white. He was invited to become financial services spokesman before he had even joined UKIP. Now, as an MEP, his ethnicity and northern upbringing are in strong contrast to the UKIP stereotype, so hopefully that clears that up for you. Now I'd like to bring up some more common misconceptions in the media, which also seem to think we have a problem with people who are different to us in sexual preferences and religion. I would just like to say with my hand to my heart that this is simply not true. In regards to things such as gay marriage, we propose an augmentation of the civil partnership awarding it to equal status to marriage and enabling it to be available to all. We would rather the legal and religious endorsements of the wedlock be separate. In addition to this, we hope our party will continue to have more lesbian, gay and transgender supporters. As Nigel Farage has said, we have absolutely no problem with anybody, whatever group or community they come from, unless they are openly and evidently unpalatable views. I mean, at the end of the day, people who join us do so because they subscribe to our basic position about freedom from the European Union and its less intrusive state. Now, you may have heard of certain remarks of our ex-party members made last year linking the Zoran floods to gay marriage. Although his comment was certainly eccentric and to many revolting, they were his opinions and not the party's, and he has long been making them to his local paper throughout his tenure as a town councillor. It was only when he was defected to UKIP from the Conservatives that these regular letters expressing the deep religious beliefs of an actual well-liked elderly man suddenly made national newspapers, as the latest Let's Mock the UKIP media fodder is hardly balanced, is it? The final topic I'd like to talk to you about in this situation is Europe, and how once again the media has made us out to see all immigrants as benefit scroungers. The principal issue for UKIP has never been about that. We recognise that immigration can be economically advantageous for the UK, and that's why we're the only major political party to propose a points-based immigration system that will accentuate the benefits to Britain while also reducing any negative impact. Why we put across to you is the wealth of our own people we have generated if they wasn't subjected to wage-reducing employment caused by mass immigration from the EU. Its successive governments had spent as much time developing policies which reduced the growth of the UK's economic underclass as they did crowdfunding to Europe. Immigration will not be the number one issue on today's. No UKIP candidate would ever make the mistake of blaming the outsiders for the failing political insiders in Westminster. It was our independence that put the great in Great Britain, and it is what sustains our living standards today. In such a world, a dislike for foreigners is merely offensive but absurd. The UK could reach sensible trade agreements from the outside of the EU. The EU's law machine never stops and has made the character of Europe change totally in the past 40 years without the focus on trade moving and morphing into a more political kind of union. We, as a party, want the UK to get on its knees and govern itself again. Our country would not be isolated outside the EU, and the UK must be striking trade deals with the emerging economic giants. In a recent report done by Migration Watch, it suggested that the city the size of Manchester would need to be built to cope with the levels of migration over the next 5 years. So please do something positive about our country's future and join the People's Army and topple the establishment that has got us into this mess. Thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.